Born in 1952 in Liebelfing, Bavaria, Germany, Anneliese Michel's life and untimely death at the age of 23 have since become a focal point for debates about exorcism, psychiatric care, and the responsibilities of religious and medical professionals. Anneliese Michel was born into a devout Roman Catholic family. Her upbringing was steeped in religious tradition, and by all accounts, she was a normal, cheerful child who performed well academically. However, her life took a dramatic turn when, at the age of 16, she began to experience convulsions. In 1968, Anneliese was diagnosed with temporal lobe epilepsy, a condition that can cause seizures, memory loss, and visual and auditory hallucinations. Despite her diagnosis and the prescribed medication, Anneliese's condition did not improve. In fact, her situation worsened as she began to report seeing disturbing visions while praying and hearing voices that told her she was damned and would rot in hell. These symptoms led to severe depression and a deepening sense of isolation. As Anneliese's mental and physical health continued to decline, she and her family grew increasingly convinced that her condition was not merely medical, but also spiritual. Her devout Catholic faith led her to believe that she was possessed by demons. This belief was reinforced by her inability to tolerate sacred objects and places, such as the crucifix or holy water. In 1973, after years of unsuccessful medical treatments, Anneliese and her family sought the help of the Church. They petitioned for an exorcism, a request that was initially denied by the local clergy. However, the family persisted, and in 1975, two priests, Father Arnold Renz and Pastor Ernst Alt, received permission from the Bishop of Würzburg to perform the exorcism rites according to the Rituale Romanum of 1614. From 1975 to 1976, Anneliese Michel underwent 67 exorcism sessions, each lasting up to 4 hours and often occurring twice a week. During these sessions, she exhibited behaviors that her family and the priests believed were signs of demonic possession. She spoke in different voices, displayed extraordinary strength, and described visions of demons. Anneliese's physical condition deteriorated rapidly during this period. She refused to eat, claiming that the demons would not allow her to, and she became emaciated, suffering from malnutrition and dehydration. Despite her declining health, she and her family remained resolute in their belief that exorcism was her only hope. On July 1, 1976, Anneliese Michel died in her home. An autopsy revealed that she weighed only 68 pounds at the time of her death and was suffering from severe malnutrition and dehydration. Her death sparked a legal investigation that led to charges of negligent homicide against her parents and the two priests who performed the exorcisms. The trial, which began in 1978, garnered widespread media attention and became a landmark case in Germany. The defense argued that Anneliese's death was a result of her religious beliefs and that she had willingly accepted the exorcisms as a means to rid herself of demonic influence. They presented evidence of her religious devotion and the extreme nature of her symptoms as proof that she believed in her possession. The prosecution, however, argued that Anneliese was a victim of negligence. They contended that her parents and the priest should have sought medical treatment for her deteriorating condition instead of relying solely on religious rituals. Expert testimony during the trial suggested that Anneliese's symptoms could have been the result of a combination of her epilepsy and severe psychological disorders, including psychosis. In the end, the court found Anneliese's parents and the priests guilty of manslaughter resulting from negligence and sentenced them to 6 months in prison, suspended, and 3 years of probation. The court ruled that Anneliese was unable to make decisions for herself and that the defendants should have taken steps to ensure her well-being through medical intervention. The case of Anneliese Michel remains a point of contention and fascination. It has inspired numerous books, documentaries, and films, including the 2005 horror movie, The Exorcism of Emily Rose. The case is often cited in discussions about the balance between religious belief and medical science, as well as the legal responsibilities of caregivers. For many in the Catholic community, Anneliese Michel is seen as a martyr who suffered for her faith. Some believe that her exorcisms were legitimate and that she was indeed possessed by demons. Pilgrimages to her grave in Klingenberg, Maine, are not uncommon, with visitors leaving notes and prayers seeking her intercession. On the other hand, many medical and mental health professionals view Anneliese's case as a tragic example of how mental illness can be misunderstood and mistreated. They argue that her death underscores the importance of proper psychiatric care and the dangers of attributing medical conditions to supernatural causes. Anneliese Michel's story raises important questions about the ethical responsibilities of those involved in her care. It highlights the tension between respecting religious beliefs and ensuring that individuals receive appropriate medical treatment. The case also emphasizes the need for mental health education and the recognition of psychological disorders within religious and secular communities alike. In retrospect, Anneliese's life and death serve as a cautionary tale about the complexities of diagnosing and treating mental illness, especially when it intersects with deeply held religious convictions. It calls for a compassionate and multidisciplinary approach to care, one that respects individuals' beliefs while also providing evidence-based medical treatment.